Welcome to another edition of Smart Jet here on YouTube.com. A Miami Dolphin video for you. Kind of a recap of, not kind of, it is a damn recap of the Pittsburgh Steelers game. 30-15, I believe, was the score there. And listen, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back, Dolphin fans and Dolphin players. It's step one. We got to keep it going. Now, if someone attempted, to argue with you prior to Sunday that Miami Dolphins would beat the Steelers by 2 touchdowns, you'd probably get laughed at, okay? Miami was coming into this game, was coming off their 2 worst performances in recent memory, and were slated to face one of the hottest teams in the NFL. We did. We won. We defied the odds. But let's make no mistake about it. The Steelers were shorthanded our offensive line, defensive line, wide receiver, and linebacker. And the Dolphins took advantage in nearly every regard. And that's what you have to do. It's no excuse for the other team injuries. All teams have injuries. It's how you put your team together to help hopefully get by from week to week. And they pressured Big Ben. And it forced them out of the game for a stretch there, and they protected Tannehill, among other things. You had a nice double team throughout the game on Antonio Brown, which is something that you need to do. Tannehill looked in control. He made adjustments at the line, got to give him his credit, and consistently located the open receiver. Tannehill, to be honest with you, he's not the type of quarterback that's going to light up defenses week in and week out. But he could still plausibly, be the game manager that Gase and Dolphin fans need to avoid mistakes and set up the offense for success. The Steelers' defense was short-handed for this one. You didn't have Hayward. You didn't have Ryan Shazier there as well. And Tannehill took advantage of Pittsburgh's lack of pass rush and, utilized Jarvis Landry in the middle of the field. And he took advantage of that, and that's what you have to do. Ajay, our running back, he looked like the back that many thought he would be prior to signing of Foster. Explosive, decisive, powerful in and out of his breaks, over 200 yards rushing. He had a nice, beautiful 62-yard touchdown to cap off a great performance. Wide receivers earlier dropped some catchable balls early on. Devontae Parker comes to mind on a would-be touchdown. But during this game, the receivers, for the most part, were reliable and opportunistic. Landry, who was a non-factor last week against the Titans, you knew coming into this game that had to change for the Dolphins to compete. He had, I think, like 7 catches on 91 yards. Parker and Stills combined 7 catches, 40 yards. Quiet day, but they managed to, avoid mistakes in Parker and Stills. The offensive line had a great game. The offensive line manhandled the Steelers' shorthanded, defensive line, which created huge holes for Ajay. So you got to give credit to the offensive line for a good game. The coaching, as far as Adam Gase, if I look at this game, he has to make sure that the aggressiveness that this team showed this week doesn't turn into undisciplined play. Miami had far too many unforced penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct, personal fouls and mistakes that can be avoided. And with that being said, with those penalties that we did have, it provided Pittsburgh with many opportunities. Luckily for us, Pittsburgh was not able to take advantage of those penalties. I hope all is well. 2-4 on the season. Let's see what next game brings us. Hope all is well.